Alright, hello everyone, it's Gstar321 here, and today we are playing Silent Hill 4 The Room for the PS2. Alright, this game came out in 2004. It is also available on Xbox and PC, and actually recently, last year, October 2012, they released this game for download from the PSN store. So if you guys have got a PS3, okay, you can download from there. However, only in Japan, alright? But hopefully a bit later on they'll bring it out for Europe, USA and Australia, okay? But here we're playing the PS2 version, alright, Silent Hill 4. This is a very interesting game, okay? A very interesting Silent Hill game. It's quite amazing because there are so many differing opinions on this game. It is not funny, okay? You know, if you ask a Silent Hill game fan what they think of this one, you know, Silent Hill 4, 50% are going to say, you know, it marked the downfall for the series. You know, it's when the series first started going into shit. The other 50% will say, you know, it's a good game. It's, you know, it's got all the horror elements you could want in it. It's creepy. It's scary. You know, it's got all the atmosphere there. So it's interesting in that regard that some people like it and some people don't, you know, and this isn't coming from mainstream gamers. This is coming from Silent Hill game fans, you know, and survival horror game fans. So I'll tell you what I think, okay? I think this game is awesome, alright? Now, I'm a bit of a mess in terms of which Silent Hill games I've played, okay, and the order that I've played them in. So the first Silent Hill game that I played was Silent Hill Homecoming, okay? After that, I played Silent Hill 2, then I played Silent Hill 3, then I played Silent Hill Downpour, and then I came back and played this one, okay? Silent Hill 4. So, you know, like I said, I'm a fucking mess in terms of the order, you know, in which I've played Silent Hill games. And I haven't even played Silent Hill 1 yet, you know, which is crazy. But I definitely will get around to that at some point, okay? So, you know, I'm all over the place in terms of which Silent Hill games I played. But pretty much, you know, I played Silent Hill 2 and 3 prior to playing this one, okay? So, Silent Hill 2, hands down, is my most favourite survival horror game ever, okay? Or at least up there in the top 5 somewhere, okay? It is just fucking the most amazing game, one of the most amazing games I've ever played, okay? It's just fantastic. If you're a survival horror game lover and you have not played Silent Hill 2, fuck, you really need to get that shit, okay? There's the HD collection available on the Xbox 360 and PS3. I'd highly recommend picking that up, even though it's plagued with bugs and, you know, technical problems and so on. Or just get the PS2 version. You know, a lot of people say that's the best one out there. Alright, but basically what I'm trying to say is, okay, I played Silent Hill 2 and 3 prior to playing this one, okay, Silent Hill 4. So, you know, I became used to how the Silent Hill games play. I became used to the inventory system, combat, all that type of stuff, alright? And when I came around to playing this game, everything changed, okay? I didn't even feel like I was playing a Silent Hill game the first time I played this. Actually, let me just go into options here, or we'll get that cutscene again. Yeah, you know, so the first time I played this game, I had to keep reminding myself that it was a Silent Hill game because it is just so different from all the other ones, you know. Combat is a bit different, inventory system is different, the way the game plays is different, you know. There's first person mode now, as well as the third person mode. You know, you're not even in Silent Hill in this game, okay? You're in the fictional city South Ashfield. It's really bizarre, okay? It's different. And the first time I played this game, it gave me the shits, okay? Because I was so used to, you know, how the Silent Hill games played, and I just was so annoyed by the fact that they changed everything, okay? Especially the inventory system. In the older Silent Hill games, you know, you can pick up any item you want, and you can carry basically unlimited inventory. Whereas this game, you can only carry 10 items on you at a time. Then you have to go back to your apartment, put some items in the stash there, okay, that's where you store all your excess items and then go back out and continue playing. So it's really weird starting off, okay, getting the hang of it, getting used to the way that, Silent Hill 4 plays compared to the rest. But now that I've played the game through about 4 times, okay, I can safely say that this game is fantastic, okay? I really enjoy this game, alright? And it's quite funny, back on what I was saying before, how they made all these changes to it. This game, Silent Hill 4, wasn't even supposed to be a Silent Hill game, okay? Originally, while they were developing it, it was supposed to be called Room 302, okay, which is actually the number of your apartment, 302. So, it's quite funny reading about that, okay, the fact that it wasn't supposed to be a Silent Hill game in the first place. But I guess halfway through the development phase, they thought, fuck, what, if we slap the Silent Hill label on this, we'll get more copies sold and more recognition and so on. So I guess that's what they did. But I guess you can see now why it's different, okay? It's because originally it wasn't supposed to be a Silent Hill game. But, like I said, I think it's fantastic. I've played through it about 4 times. I really enjoyed this game. I actually wasn't scared at all playing this game. Whereas Silent Hill 2, for example, that game fucked me up, okay? I was scared. I felt sick in certain aspects of that game, certain sections playing through. I just felt like throwing up. I just did not want to continue, okay? It was a fucking scary game. This game, however, isn't really scary. It makes you feel differently, okay? Instead of terrifying you and making you feel sick, for me personally, this game, it just felt really eerie and creepy and just bizarre and strange, weird. I'm just trying to rattle off all these different words I can use to describe this game here. I felt uneasy playing it, okay? It's just a bizarre, creepy, eerie game, okay? That's all I can really say about it. And, because Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4 were all made by Japanese development teams, okay? When a Japanese development team creates a horror game, they fuck with your emotions, okay? They know how to make horror games. They know how to fuck you up emotionally, alright, when you're playing their games. Whereas if you play Silent Hill Homecoming and Downpour, which were created by Western development teams, okay, they don't really know how to do that, okay, whereas the Japanese development team do, okay. Western development teams, when they're making a horror game, they just go for the scare tactic, they'll make a zombie pop up out of the ground and scream at you, okay, and you'll scream while you're playing, but to me, that's their cheap thrills, okay. It's not really scary. I mean, you're freaking out because it's popping up on the screen, and you're not really expecting it, but I don't know. I don't think that that's the way to go when you're making a Silent Hill game, okay? And that's why I believe the series after this game, okay, after Silent Hill 4 has started going downhill into shit, unfortunately, okay? But hopefully a bit later on the Silent Hill games can redeem themselves again and hand it back over to a Japanese development team who know how to make horror, okay? That's their thing. They are the ultimate at that. But when you're playing Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4, okay, you know you're playing Japanese horror, okay? Especially this one, because I know Japanese horror. I know what they do, okay? They fuck with your emotions, and they're really good at it, okay? They build up the tension through this really creepy atmosphere. They get you thinking, what the fuck is going on? Did I really just see that? Was that real or wasn't real? Am I here? Am I dreaming? What's going on? All these questions are going through you as you are playing this game, and basically any Japanese horror game for that matter, okay? They are just the masters of this type of shit, okay? So that's how I describe this game, When I was younger, okay, back in the days, I'm talking Resident Evil 2, okay, so this would have been about 1997, 1998, something like that. I was a young kid back then, and I actually played through Resident Evil 2, and I enjoyed it, okay? But I remember trying to give Silent Hill a go, okay? I think it was the first one back then, and on the PlayStation. Alright, and I remember as a kid trying to play Silent Hill 1, but I found myself really bored with it, okay? Because, you know, in Resident Evil 2 I could run around, stab zombies with knives, shoot them and all that type of stuff. Whereas in Silent Hill, it wasn't like that. I just remember, you know, back then as a kid, I remember playing Silent Hill and just running around these dark alleyways, bored shitless. There was nothing to do. There were no enemies. It was just sort of, I don't know, I was really bored with it, okay? And that is why Silent Hill games are for adults, okay? They have deep stories, deep meanings, deep emotion behind the game, okay? You know, Silent Hill 2, for example, that game faces really grim adult topics like suicide, murder, sexual abuse, all that type of stuff, you know? It's not a game for kids, okay? Same for this one. You know, give them Call of Duty or whatever other shit they play nowadays. I don't know, okay? But back then I was the same. I couldn't, you know, all I wanted to do was stab things with knives and shoot zombies with handguns, you know, you know. But now, you know, playing through the Silent Hill games, I've become a Silent Hill series fan, okay? Everything about the series I just fucking love. It's just awesome, okay? Because not only is the gameplay great and stories great and atmosphere great, horror, the music is amazing, okay? In Silent Hill 1 to 4, that is, okay? I'm not... Oh, and Homecoming, actually, okay? Because Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, 4, and Homecoming, the guy that made all the music for those games is a guy called Akira Yamaoka. Alright, that guy is a fucking genius, okay? He has made the music for all those games, the Silent Hill games, and my god, he knows how to make music, okay? That is one of the highlights of this series for me, okay? The Silent Hill series, the music is just fantastic, okay? It's just fucking good shit. I actually have the CD soundtracks, okay, for Silent Hill 1, 2, 3, and 4. Alright, I've purchased them because I just love the music so much. It's just fucking amazing, okay? Especially this game. This game has some really great soundtracks in it as well. Alright, so as an adult, you know, everything about the Silent Hill games I just fucking love, and this one is really no exception. Like I said, you know, the first time I was playing through, it just took a bit of adjusting to get used to this game because it was different from the previous Silent Hill games, you know, like 2 and 3. You know, they changed a lot of stuff, so more or less the first playthrough I was sort of just becoming familiar with it, and then on my subsequent playthroughs, you know, second, third and fourth playthrough, I really, really enjoyed it, okay? And the more times you play it, you sort of understand the story a bit more, I find. Okay, first time I played through, the story really fucking confused the shit out of me, okay? Had no idea what was going on. But the more you play it, okay, the more you will understand and appreciate it. You know, you might find an extra memo, for example, on a second or third playthrough that you didn't find on the first playthrough. You'll read that, and then that will add to more of the story, you know, and you'll enjoy it more, okay? So if you're on the fence about this game, Silent Hill 4, alright, I say go for it, okay? As a survival horror game fan, this game is awesome, okay? So if you love survival horror, you need to play this game, okay? This is without a doubt the most... Let me just get out of the options here because I'm about to start it. Yeah, this is without a doubt the most creepiest, bizarre, weirdest fucking game that makes you feel so uneasy and just frightening, I guess you could say, game that I've ever played, okay? Fuck, it is just good stuff, okay? But that's it for the intro, guys. I just wanted to talk a little bit about that, okay? I just wanted to mention how this game is sort of divided amongst a lot of people. But in my opinion, I think it's a great game. I think you should check it out, okay? If you are a Silent Hill game fan or just a survival horror game fan, play this game. It's awesome, alright? So here we go. We'll start it up. Silent Hill 4, The Room for the PS2.